Hello, this is Rachel Pradhan with Nielsen Marketing Services, and today we're talking with Linda Ray with rayinsurance.com, and that's REY insurance.com. And we're going to discuss social media marketing and how she's been using it for her insurance company. So thank you so much, Linda Ray, for joining us today.
Thank you. Thanks for having us.
No problem. And could you explain a little bit about your company and how you're currently using social media marketing?
Happy to. Thank you. Ray Insurance Agency is an independent insurance agency, family owned and operated since 1978. My dad started the business. My sister and I, Laura, are running it. And we're located in Sleepy Hollow, New York, which there really is Sleepy Hollow. And we're in Westchester County, New York, along the Hudson River, about 30 miles north of Manhattan.
Well,
Oh,
great.
and how we use social media. I've only been new to social media for about a year and a half, and the reason why we even got started was because since the beginning of time, advertising was a form to get your message out to the public and what you do and products and services you offer. However, as a small insurance agency, we have big dreams but a very tiny budget. So social media, we quickly assessed, was a form of communication where you did not have to invest a lot of money in in a marketing strategy utilizing social media. It was more of a time commitment. So we felt this might be a very apropos medium for us to build awareness and visibility of our business.
Well, good. And how has that been working so far? What kind of results have you seen from that?
The results have been varied, and I have to say I've been extremely pleased with the results, in that not only have we written business across the various lines of business that we offer, but also we've been recognized in our community here in Westchester and the insurance community at large for our efforts and how we've coordinated the different venues, sites, as in Facebook, LinkedIn, and Twitter, just kind of bringing them all together to work in unison together.
Well, good, good. And do you connect with your current clients? Do you let them know right as they sign up for an insurance product with you that they can connect with you on social media?
Yes, we have various ways to send messages, whether it's through a welcome email to a new client, a newsletter, a monthly newsletter that we send. There are links and icons and buttons to click on so that you're aware of how to reach us in various ways, whether it's through the website, through Facebook, through Twitter, through LinkedIn, through our blog on Equifax.com, since we're currently the insurance blogger for Equifax.com. So we're very proud to promote those various sites by which to connect with us and to receive information about what we're offering and information that we think would be useful for you when you're assessing what your insurance needs may be.
Now, you mentioned blogging for Equifax. What kind of topics do you blog about? Because that is definitely a question I get from insurance agents. What do I blog about? What's interesting?
It's a good question that I even asked myself when I first started blogging. The question that people have when they first start thinking about implementing social media as a marketing strategy is, well, what do I have to say? Who cares what I have to say? And really, with the topics that have been generated by Equifax, there's an incredible team of editors behind Equifax that also have ideas, but generating questions from your clients' questions. It's amazing how many questions on a daily basis you get as an insurance broker or as an insurance agent that you didn't realize, oh, maybe the public, maybe this isn't like standard information that they know. We take for granted, I've been doing insurance now for 25 years, I take for granted some of the minor details or major details that people can't wrap their head around. So just listening to your clients with questions that they have or confusions that they have, you've got topics all day, every day that you can blog about.
Now, with those topics, do you actually create a plan ahead of time of what kind of topics you want to cover during this month, or do you just kind of do it spontaneously as it's time to get it done?
Well, I present ideas to Equifax on questions that I think would be good. They also present topics to me that they hear of what people would like to hear about. But as far as a marketing strategy, when you begin implementing social media, it's an overwhelming initial prospect. When I first got started, I could not believe how overwhelming, to the point of like, you may even just put that project on the back burner because there's so much to do. But I have a couple of friends who developed a program called the e-marketing boot camp, and it was a webinar. It was a webinar for 4 weeks, and they covered soup to nuts as best as they could with different ways to reach out through social media to reach the public. So in the beginning, it was extremely overwhelming, and the only thing I can say is I had a really great summer intern, and she helped to kind of get me set up to build content for the various sites of Facebook, LinkedIn, and Twitter. Helped to build content and to step by step take on a different avenue by which to then implement in a coordinated way all 3 sites. If that makes any sense.
No, that makes perfect sense. I understand. So, on average, I understand you probably took more time in the beginning to get started, but on average, how much time do you currently spend on social media marketing?
On average, it's about 6 to 10 hours a week. I'm going to go with probably closer to the 10 hours a week. And that, I think, is, while it sounds like a big number, when you break down, if you think of just like a 40-hour week, which as a business owner, who really has a 40-hour week anymore? But when you break down, how often, if you were going to networking events, how often were you spending, packing up your office, leaving your office, driving to the event, spending time at the event, and then leaving to drive home to the event? This way, you get within a controlled environment to decide where you're going to connect with people, where you're going to network with people online, which venue, which sites, and you can do that at your leisure and at whatever time you decide is good. If it's at 11 o'clock at night, if it's 7 o'clock in the morning, if it's your lunch hour while you're eating a sandwich, so you get to decide and have control over that.
Good. Well, and I think the average, they say, is if you are going to market your own business, it's about 10%. I've even heard as much as 30% of your work week should be going towards marketing for new business and also connecting with current business. So
well, that's definitely happening on this end. And I have the very fun and fortunate task to be the dedicated marketing person for our agency. My sister and I, we're very fortunate to be a very synergistic team. So she's inside technician, I'm outside sales and marketing. So it makes sense for us to split up those tasks and have those defined roles that way. So, and then we also, when you have good staff who can handle some of the customer service, then if as long as you put that together as a plan and who's doing what and when, then it can all really come together very nicely, especially in the beginning when you're trying to stumble around how to the setting up the settings and the admin behind establishing your presence. There's a little initial work that goes into it, like you said, so that's in the beginning. And then once you get the rhythm and you listen to what other people are saying, or in this case, you're reading what other people are writing, you can kind of get a flavor of what information people are looking for, or what do you find to be relevant in what you've noticed and witnessed what people want want to see and what to hear from you.
Okay. Well, and we're getting closer to our 15 minutes, and I want to give you time to give us some tips that you've learned. You've mentioned planning and um, learning from others that have been doing this for a while. What other tips can you give to those that are looking to start with social media?
Sure. For me, what I decided was that I was gonna I was going to post, whether it's tweets or comments or whatever, between LinkedIn, Facebook, and Twitter. 20% is business or insurance related. 80% is everything and anything other than insurance. I think it's important, with social media, it's about content, content, content. And it's also about building relationships. So if you're looking to build relationships, people want to know the people behind the business. People want to know, the odds behind the curtain. They want to know who they're dealing with. And I think to have fun with it and show your personality. And it doesn't always have to be dry and about, a product or a service. It could be, anything and everything that you find to be whatever noise is in your head that you think is funny or that you think is important. So have fun with it. One of the things that I see very, very often when people get started is you really need to have a robust profile. Put a picture up, put your location where you're located, write a nice profile that is compelling to who you represent as a person and as a business. And you have to post often.
Mm-hmm.
And I think the most important thing is to have fun with it. So that would be my advice.
So have fun.
Have fun.
Right.
That's it. Because if you're not having fun doing it, then why are you doing it?
Right. Right. Well, and I noticed you have thousands of friends on Ray Insurance on your Twitter ID there, and when you start following someone that's tweeting nothing but their products, if they are insurance related, um, how do you follow them back? How do you
Well, yeah.
interact with those?
How I manage my Twitter is my favorite. Okay,
Mm-hmm.
it is my first choice of how I'm getting my message out. Then
Mm-hmm.
there's Facebook, and then LinkedIn. Uh, the way I manage the followers that we have is I have two pretty important lists that help me uh, understand who I'm trying to build a community with.
Mm-hmm.
I have a tri-state area list for New York, Connecticut, and New Jersey because that's where we're licensed, and I have an insurance list. So if someone is in the insurance field or financial services field, they go on that list.
Mm-hmm.
I don't unfollow them if they're not having, if it's just posts about relevant to insurance. I have nothing against that. That's what they want to post, and there might be some relevant information for a mood I'm in that it is related to insurance. So I am pretty flexible with who I follow back,
Mm-hmm.
and putting them either on those two lists if it's related to a geographical consideration or an industry consideration.
Okay. Well, I want to thank you again, Linda Ray, for joining us today. And if you want to follow Linda Ray on either Facebook, LinkedIn, or Twitter, you can find her on our website, rayinsurance.com. And again, that's reyinsurance.com. And you can find us at nielsenmarketingservices.com and our blog, larrynelson.com. Thank you again, Linda, and I hope you have a great day.
Thank you, Rachel. Thanks for inviting us. Thanks for having us.
Mm-hmm.